Hello again. So this is going to be interesting because I got to pull out of the Paradiso parking lot. I don't go to the Paradiso that often for this exact reason, because it's when you drive at the Paradiso parking lot, you feel like every driver has made you their unwitting partner in some bizarre murder-suicide pact. Right now I've got this guy behind me and this guy in front of me who wants my space, and now I'm going to get out of the way and let them fight it out. Okay, and this poor guy coming up is now just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So anyway, so this one, I'm 2 for 2 this week, because this is another good movie that I really enjoyed. But what's funny is that throughout the film, I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. Like, it kept switching back and forth, and I'll explain why in a minute. So this is a film it's kind of sad how I have to find some of these movies. What I did is, like last week, trying to figure out what I was going to go see this week for Drive Home Reviews, I go to like the Malco website and see, okay, what's coming out. And if I see a movie whose name I don't recognize, I haven't seen a trailer, or I haven't seen a commercial or any kind of press release for, I'm like, okay, what's this? Usually trying to see if there's something coming to Ridgeway. Oh, nice wide turn there, thank you. Again, I'm talking, I may die just trying to talk. This is not the safest parking lot in the fucking world. Sorry for the F word, but it's that kind of week, and I'm in that kind of headspace. I think we're gonna try something a little different here. All right. Anyway, so I pulled this one down, and I'm like, what is this? And I watched the trailer, and I'm like, okay, that looks really charming. And I went and saw it, and like I said, really, really came out of it liking it. So if you haven't heard of this movie, which I'm not surprised, this is a film about a doctor named Carla. I'm going to say a Mexican doctor, and I don't mean that to kind of to qualify her, like an African American doctor or or an Italian doctor. But the fact her heritage is kind of important to the story. So she's a doctor, and one of these doctors who doesn't, she's an OBGYN, but doesn't believe in love, that kind of very thing. She thinks all the people that are having babies that come to her office are stupid, that the couples don't get along and all this. She's very critical of all of them. And she has to go to, her parents are finally going to get married. Her parents have been together for 40 years and are just now getting married. And they're kind of all teasing her about, you need to, are you going to bring a date to the wedding and all this, that, and the other thing. And so she asks this really nice Australian guy that she works with, one of the doctors down in pediatrics, to go with her. So they go to Mexico for the wedding, and while they're at the wedding, her ex-boyfriend, and this is the ex, and when I say that, I think we all know, at least most of us know what I mean when I say the ex, the one that everybody has, that one that just took your heart out, you love them more than anybody else. It's that, for some people that's the first love. For others it may be one that came after that was just as intense, but that one that, the one that got away, basically. He shows up. And this whole movie is not so much a tug of war between, it's not like a love triangle, it's not Twilight, but it's this whole thing of her kind of figuring herself out and getting, I'm going to spoil the movie a little bit, and I feel kind of bad about doing that, but I think in order to talk about it, especially the way I want to talk about it, I kind of have to. So it's not this movie about her, having the nice, bland guy, but here comes the fiery, passionate love of her life, and she has to go back to him because that's the one she was meant to be with. It's not one of those, because from that description, it sounds like a very stock, story. It's actually her kind of growing up and letting go of this relationship that was very passionate and was very hot and meant a lot to her and defined her to a certain extent, and moving on and saying, it was great to have that, but that's in the past now, and that's also not necessarily what forever love is. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it's a genre that I think. I just now got out of the Paradiso parking lot, by the way. Anyway, 5 minutes after I started talking. Anyway, romantic movies and romantic comedies especially, I think, are a dying breed in terms of quality. I think they hit their height in the 80s. Harry Met Sally, of course. I think they had a little bit of a resurgence in the 90s. Most people would say Sleepless in Seattle. I personally think You've Got Mail is better. But you don't see a really good romantic comedy anymore where people act like human beings. They have where, yeah, it's funny, but there are actual human emotions connecting it. And this one's got that. This one's really got that. And I really, the humor in it, the comedy is really good. And again, it's nothing like too, kind of like The Great Wall in a weird way, that the dialogue is not like trying to be funny. It's just written as people bantering, just people talking. And because of that, because of the really naturalistic feel of the film, the really natural acting, the very understated directing, because of that, it comes off really funny. I mean, these actors in this movie really gel as an ensemble. This is one of the best ensemble casts I've seen in a long time. It's Claire. I think her name was Claire. I'm trying to remember now. It's Clara's movie. It's her story, but the cast as a whole is really tight and really good, and they do a good job of it. It starts out feeling like it's going to steer in to all of these romantic comedy tropes, but it does a really good job, I think, of rounding everything out and taking those, what could be those very flat, very stereotypical romantic comedy stock characters, and rounding them out a bit and making it feel more like a real slice of life. And everybody in this movie does a pretty good job. I gotta say this. I want to say this first, because this is why I liked this movie, and for a little while I didn't feel like I was going to. So naturally, there are two men in this movie that suddenly are in her life. There's the very sweet, very nurturing, the good guy, who's this kind of a doughy-faced Aussie. They keep saying how pretty he is, but I'm not saying this as he's ugly, but he's kind of like me. He's a bit doughy-faced. He's got a little chub going on, but he was still a good-looking and a really nice guy. And you're watching it going, and this poor guy is gonna fucking lose. He's gonna lose, because here comes her ex-lover, the passionate one, the love of her life, the one who is, of course, gonna win her in the end. His charm and his good looks, and all through the movie, it's going. And I'm just like, it's like, of course, you're gonna go with him. Of course, the nice guy is gonna get left behind. And I'm sorry, folks. I'm projecting here, and if you're watching this, you're just gonna have to listen or fast forward a little bit. That's me. Okay, that is me. I have always said, if life is a romantic comedy, I'm Bill Pullman. I'm the nice guy, the good guy, the person that treats people the way he always believed you were supposed to treat people, and you're everybody's friend, but nobody loves you. For some reason, crossing that line is just, it's unthinkable. But, everybody leans on you, everybody needs your fucking help, but nobody ever loves you. And of course, I'm watching this going, man, the Bill Pullman in this is so great and such a great guy. Of course he's going to get left. No. The Bill Pullman fucking wins. the Bill Pullman one. And I'm like, yes! I clapped when it happened. I don't clap at movies very often. It takes a lot to get me to clap. I fucking clapped. It's like the Bill Pullman won. The good guy fucking won. You know, and that made me so happy. That made me, as you can tell, I was just really thrilled by that. But now I gotta say this: I liked what they did with her first boyfriend as well. Again, he kind of comes off as that stereotypical character, but especially towards the end, they round him out a bit, and they round him out by rounding her out. You know, and I like that they make this movie, it's not about her just needing to find love to make her life complete. It's more of a question of she's got to fix herself. That she's broken a little bit. She's let herself be broken for so long, and what needs to happen is she now has to fix herself so she can be with the right person. It's not necessarily a question of being with the right person is the answer. It's the question of you've got to be okay with yourself before you can be okay for someone else. And I think that was really well done. A couple other things about this movie I really enjoyed. Actually, one I enjoyed and one I didn't. So let me cover the one I didn't first. So there's one thing I didn't like about this movie, and this is one romantic comedy trope that they do it in a lot of them, and I don't like it. So her ex-boyfriend comes back, and her family, mainly her parents, see that he's back. They know the history. They know that they broke up, know that he broke her heart, and yet they invite him for this, family weekend. They don't tell her that he's coming. There's this thing of the mother like trying to, oh, he's back. I like the way you smile when he's around. It's like, this is the person who broke your daughter's heart. And I like that they didn't make him, he didn't break her heart by cheating on her or anything. But, he did leave and break her heart. And you're just like, oh, we just love him. We're so happy he's back. Maybe that's a different culture thing. Because I can tell you right now, from the Italian point of view, my parents hate everybody who ever broke my heart. Okay? And that's an Italian thing. That's not just me. That is an Italian thing. You break someone's heart, you are dead to me. That is what I expect of people close to me. I hate the bitch, you hate the bitch. And I don't know, I just don't know what family would see this person who obviously, yes, there's obviously still passion and maybe some unresolved things between them, but who would see this person who made your daughter's life a living hell, who kind of made her this very kind of cold and sarcastic person, not a bad person, but a bit of a, I won't say a bitch, but she has bitchy tendencies, who made her that way. It's very clear that this hurt is what kind of turned her into this, a little bit of a colder person. Why would you welcome that person into your home like nothing happened? Maybe it's a different culture, because that's another thing. That's something I liked about the movie, is the culture aspect of it. But I don't know, that just bugged me. It bugged the hell out of me. It's like, why? What mother would do that to her kid? Knowing what that person did, and not tell them. I understand him showing up at the wedding because he didn't tell anybody, he kind of crashed. And I understand that. But then you invite him for a weekend or something. It's like, if you want to see the person again, fine, make an appointment to hang out with him when, your child whose heart he broke isn't there. Don't invite him for this very intimate family weekend in a very thin plot to try to get these two back together. Why? So we can hurt her again? I'm sorry. That just bugs the hell out of me. Again, maybe it's an Italian thing. I don't know. So there's that. But there's something else I really dug about this movie, and I think this is cool, and I think this is something good to remember, especially right now. I try to avoid political things just in general. But I think everyone will agree we're living in kind of a tense time, to say the very least, especially as it relates to American and Hispanic relations. There's this weird tension going on. Not weird in that I don't know where it's coming from, but it's this thing. Everything's off balance. This movie is bilingual. Half of it is in Spanish, and half of it is in English. And that's just really cool. And the culture is not. It's. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. The fact that that the culture and that the fact that her parents live in Mexico and she goes down there and she speaks Mexican. Well, obviously she speaks Mexican, but she also speaks that they all also speak English. It's that her sister married a Jewish man. That one of her boyfriends is an Australian. It's this really neat multicultural film. Again, I don't know if they meant it to do this. I kind of doubt it. But it's this really nice thing that just shows that maybe we could all just chill out a little bit. If we chill out a little bit, maybe some of these problems aren't as big as we think they are. They're insurmountable as we think they are. It's a really beautiful film in that way. So yeah, the only thing I will object to in the bilingual is that I don't mind reading a subtitle, but the subtitles are gone. In some cases, they were gone so fast that I'm like, wait, what was that? I also found it interesting, maybe because I'm not bilingual and I don't think I know many bilingual people, or if I know bilingual people, I'm never in the company of them when they're in the culture that they speak the other language of. But it was kind of weird when they'd be talking Spanish, and then suddenly they just start talking in English. It's like, and I'm always going, okay, why there are they talking in English? Why did they make? And this isn't something that ruins the film for me. It's just something I was very curious about because I'm always, I teach a directing class now, so I'm always like, choices. It's like, well, what? Why there? Why they start doing it there? I don't know if this is something bilingual people do. If they just, they talk in one language and then just suddenly switch back. I don't know. But it's fascinating to me. So yeah, I don't know quite what else to get at with this one. Other than the fact, this is a really good film. It's a really good movie. And I think it is exactly what the romantic comedy genre kind of needs. It needs a more reality-based story with characters that have real human emotions, that act like real people. Again, I said this in one of my other reviews about comedies, how, all comedies now are like, 40-year-old men acting like 2-year-olds or being absolutely repulsive human beings, and we're all supposed to go, yay, I hope he wins because he's a jerk. Romantic comedies are a lot of the same way. It's kind of repulsive people treating each other repulsive and then somehow supposing to be in love at the end, and I don't get that. And this one is very genuine. It really feels. It has. I keep using the word connection because it had a connection. It had a connection to me. I haven't felt that kind of connection with a film in a while. And it's like, wow, that really moved me. It was really a thing of watching real people deal with relationships, and not just ironically in a romantic comedy sort of way. That whole, well, she needs a man to make herself complete. No, she doesn't. The men are part of it. Relationships are part of it. But she doesn't need that. She needs to take care of herself and fix herself before she's able to do that. And part of that is opening up to somebody else. And I really liked that. I liked the way this film handled itself. Sadly, I don't know how long this one's going to be out, so I'm hoping I'm going to try to get this posted quick. If you're watching this and you like these type of movies, go see this now, because it's I was kind of surprised it wasn't at the Ridgeway, the Paradiso. I was like, really? Okay. Because it's pushed back into one of the smaller theaters, like Theater 14. Like, I was kind of amazed when I went and bought my ticket. It said the theater's 50% full. I was like, wow, really? And when I got in there, it's because it was a small theater, so had 25 people in it. It's 50% full. So I think the minute some bigger films come out and they need to make room, I think this one's going to get pushed even further down the list or just be out. So I encourage you to go see this film while you can. If you're lucky enough to have a significant other, and maybe you're looking for a date night, or you're looking for something for maybe a late Valentine's Day type of thing. I think maybe they should have put this movie out last week for Valentine's Day, but that's me. Oh wait, Valentine's Day was this week, wasn't it? I'm sorry, my brain. But no, they should have put it out last week so that you could have gone and seen it, Tuesday. But anyway, if you're looking for kind of that late Valentine's Day thing, this is a great movie to do it with. So I really want to push people, go see this, give it its due, because I would love to see more movies like this. I really would. They had a trailer for one with Anna Kendrick in it before this one that I'm like, okay, that looks good too. I don't know when it's coming out, but I really want to see it. I really want more movies like this. I miss movies like this. I miss movies that actually connect with me in a good way. So please, if you're looking for something to do, you're looking for a movie to go see, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Excellent acting, really well written, subtly directed, but with some really great shots of some beautiful scenery. Yeah, I got nothing else. Just kind of chit-chatting a little bit till I park, because got need to over and turn the camera off. I should fill this blank with something. Puppies are also adorable. In case you didn't know. Kittens are good too. But I tend to enjoy puppies myself. But that's me. I'm a different breed of cat. Get it? That's a terrible joke. I'm sorry. Maybe I should edit that out. I don't know anymore. I've been doing lesson plans all day. My brain's a little screwy, folks. And after the week I've had, I'm surprised I had the brain power to do that. All right, so now I'm parking. So yeah, good one. Another good one. I'm really happy about this. 2 for 2. That doesn't happen often. So thanks for watching again. Here's hoping this coming week is better, because it's my birthday week, 1 year older. So thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, drive safe, and I'll see you at the movies.